Hello everyone. Our lesson today is on history as an art and science. Historically, the practice of nursing concentrated on groups of activities identified, organized, and practiced in such a way that the sick could have succor and comfort. These activities are based on the natural needs of man for survival. These natural needs are what? The air, the water, the food, excretion, elimination, stimulation, exercise, rest, sleep, comfort, safety, love, and belongings, self-esteem, and self-fulfillment. Nursing initially was equated with mothering. Hence, activities were centered on these parameters. The focus of nursing historically centered on the sick and the injured that were unable or capable of providing for them the natural needs, which Abraham Maslow hierarchy later identified as basic human needs, which you'll be learning about this human needs in educational psychology. So nursing as human service design activities and skills, which can also be called as tasks, that facilitated recovery from sickness and injury. The skills constituted nursing knowledge, hence, the memorization of the various skills form the process for learning nursing. The consumers also view competent performance of the technical skills as the focus of nursing. The greater the autocracy, which is a task, is also performed, the higher the competency rating. The initial interpretation of the act of nursing was very narrow. It assumed that this task-oriented nursing does not require an understanding of why the tasks are necessary, how they work, or what the effects will be, This view assumed that nursing has no knowledge base of its own, nor does it need one. The skills are regarded to be essentially manual and technical, and also reflect the knowledge of other disciplines, especially medicine. Hence, the common expression, nursing is tied to the apron steering of medicine. This might have been the truth for much of the pre and early Nightingale era. Nursing as a science, on the other hand, views nursing as an intellectual process and activities. In the current professional nursing arts and science are not discrete entities. They are on the continuum of interpersonal interaction, which has specific goals and involve particular kinds of activities or tasks. A universal accepted process is applied in the process of nursing science. And that will take us to the definition. What is art? Art is defined in general terms, most of them applicable and also applies in nursing. The Oxford Dictionary, Learner's Dictionary, define arts as skilled, acquired by experience, study, or observation. Number 2, an occupation requiring knowledge or skill. Number 3, the conscious use of skills and creative imagination. Number 4, a skillful plan. Number 5, the faculty of carrying out expertly what is planned, or what it deserves. Number 6, an ability or skills that can be developed with training and practice. Number 7, science is defined as a possession of knowledge, as distinguished from ignorance, misunderstanding. Number 8, knowledge attained through study or practice, sometimes or something that may be studied or learned, like a systematic or systematized knowledge. Number 9, knowledge covering general truths or the operation of general laws, especially as obtained and tested through scientific method. Such knowledge concerned with the physical world and its phenomena. A system or a method based or purporting to be based on scientific principle. The realization of this definition may not be fully experienced by you or at the end of the study of the unit, but as you progress in your nursing studies, each definition would unfold with a variety of nursing situations. You need to keep this foundation information in constant perspective. The nature, therefore, and that will take us to the nature of nursing as an art and science. Historical development of nursing as an art. Nursing as an art encompasses the organization and the care of the client's environment, communication, general care of the client, and performance of clinical procedures, and miscellaneous nursing skills. All these are performed with the application of Levin four conservation principles, which are conservation of energy, conservation of structural integrity, conservation of psychological integrity, and conservation of social integrity. These principles consider the client, the nurse, the family, the community, the members, and other health professionals. Historically, the practice of nursing concentrated on groups of activities identified, organized, and practiced in such a way that the sick could have succor and comfort. Nightingale also described two different types of nursing: sick nursing or nursing proper, and healthy nursing, and required an organized, scientific, and formal education. Nightingale's meaning of nursing activity was a departure from the previous common belief that nursing is a collection of tasks or procedure requiring some skills, and are initiated and directed by others, particularly physicians, whose functions they exist to assist. So there were no independent nursing functions because they require skills. Some training was necessary, but competent performance did not require an understanding of why the task is necessary, how it works, and what the effect could be. Nursing had no knowledge based on its own. Its skills were essentially technical. Nightingale saw nursing proper as both an art and science that requires organized, scientific, formal education. She started nursing as being distinct from medicine, citing nursing concern was with the client who was healed rather than the illness of the patient, which was the focus of medicine. Although nurses were to carry out a physician order, they were to do this only with an independent sense of responsibility for their action. Talking about nursing as an art, one needs to examine the various activities in nursing of goals of securing comfort and succor to the client, be it in the health or sickness. Nightingale, in her book, Notes of Nursing, discuss various activities of the nurse and how this could be ethically organized so that the goals of the care are achieved. Safety, comfort, pleasing to the sense are essential of nursing activities, which are to be directed towards the environment as well as the client. The basic nursing focused activities and procedures identified by Nightingale and taught to her students of St. Thomas Hospital, School of Nursing, London, are still the nursing art of professional nursing today. Why? Because the process has consistently focused on clients' personal and universal needs in the context of human environment. However, the process of arriving at needs had been greatly influenced by knowledge and the scientific method. Therefore, Nightingale emphasizes the importance of observation, documentation in the nurse-to-client interactions. Therefore, nursing as an art goes this way. In the bid to achieve the professional status, nursing has strived hard in the past 100 years to fulfill the characteristics of a profession. A very important requirement for professional status is that the profession has a theoretical body of knowledge, leading to defined skills, abilities, and norms. Nursing knowledge has been developed through nursing theories. Theoretical models serve as a framework for nursing curricula and clinical practice. Nursing theories also lead to further research that increases the scientific basis of nursing practice. Although the outward and the visible signs of nursing care are what the nurse does for, with, or on the belief of a patient, her actions are based on the series of intellectual processes that are not directly visible. Together, these intellectual activities and nursing actions are called the nursing process, which we all know about the 5 steps in nursing process. Essentially, the nursing process is a systematic method of problem solving applied to nursing situations and based on nursing scientific method. Other non-systematic problem-solving methods, such as intuition, experience, tradition, trial and error, is used in nursing. But the reliability under is often low. The purposes of nursing process are to meet the general objective towards which the nursing care of all clients is directed. The objective may include, number 1, personalizing the care of each client. Number 2, ascertaining, supporting, and maintaining clients' capacity for meeting the psychological and physiological, social, and spiritual needs, as well as recognizing the client's strengths and also limitations. Protecting the client from threats to his safety, comfort, and well-being. Supporting comforts and sustaining the client and to ease his suffering during all phases of his illness. Assisting in all the restoration of the client to the fullest capacity of which he or she is capable. Considering the client's family members and his friends as persons with legitimate interest and role to play in his well-being. Also assisting the client and the family in planning for the required care. For this general objective to be achieved, there must be a complementary between the type of problems presented by the client and the goal the nurse pursues in an effort to help the client meet and otherwise unmet needs. That is to say that is patient's problem. It is at the point of intervention that nursing acts manifest. The relevant quality, quantitative, and organization of the act as an outcome of scientific process that confirm nursing care as a scientific and nursing as a profession. In addition to the process, knowledge from relevant disciplines will be also consulted and also utilized. In essence, nursing as an art and science could be described as two faces of a coin, just as the task, skills, or procedure is an outcome of a scientific process. The task, the skills, or the procedure may become a source for scientific investigation. The emphasis on nursing as an art without obvious technical activity might have been responsible for the view that nursing is just a collection of tasks and procedure which require skills and therefore from training. The competent performance does not require understanding of why the task is necessary, how it works, and what the effect could be, but the intellectual activities of nurses by the application of scientific process, the clinical judgment based on the knowledge and the research in nursing, and the publications in nursing journals continue to strengthen the professional image of nursing. So this study has also examined nursing as an art and as a science. And that will take us to another caption that has to do with who is a nurse. What is the role that nurses can play? A nurse is a teacher. A nurse is a counselor. A nurse is a caregiver. A nurse is a manager and also a researcher. So by this act, the foundation you require for the assumption of the role as a nurse has been laid. A nurse is anyone who has undergone the prescribed type and the length of training and certified by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria to practice nursing. A nurse may be prepared as a generalistic or a specialist as a midwife of a midwifery or as a midwifery, psychiatry, community health nursing. Nursing, then, is primarily assisting the sick or well in the performance of those activities contributing to health or its recovery or a peaceful death that he could have done unaided if he had had the necessary strength, will, or knowledge. That is Anderson theory. There has been also a changing sense in nursing practice with the polyvalent care provided adaptation in response to change in the society. Thus, the need for expanded nurse role behind patient care in hospital environment. In addition to scientific and professional knowledge, nurses are acquiring skills for community mobilization, coordination of resources, managerial role, and education to enhance care practice and research. Therefore, the decision to shift nursing focus from curative care, medically circumscribed, and the hospital-based orientation, and be involved in all aspects of decision-making was taken at the International Council of Nursing in 1983. Against this background, this unit will also examine the role of a nurse as a counselor, caregiver, manager, and researcher. So you will also be expected to observe nurses in their receptor area playing this role, while you can also role play the same as part of your clinical demonstration. The nurse as a teacher. A nurse offers her services to a client and assists the individual in the performance of those activities, leading to healthy living through teaching and observation. A nurse as a teacher at both hospital and community level explain the concepts and facts about health and illness to clients. Demonstrates procedures such as self-care activity, wound dressing, treatment of pressure areas, changing of positions, reinforces learning or client's behavior and evaluate process in learning. The ultimate goal is to provide knowledge that will lead to change of attitude and practice. The nurse teacher may be formal or informal in her teaching. It may be planned or unplanned, as it depends on wherever it is required. Appropriate method, matching clients' capability with needs, and incorporating other resources such as family in the process. Health education is a major activity when a nurse truly demonstrates the teaching role. As a role model in hygiene international relationship, she or he instructs on the self-care teaching in the area of antenatal care, exercise, administration of insulin, and urine testing by a diabetic patient. Health behavior and risks are identified, and preventive measures are packed to help clients. Nurses should understand the culture and also the value of the people to foster and promote cooperation and understanding. As she teaches, she also listens and observes the effects on the patient to establish a therapeutic nurse-patient relationship. And that will take us to the nurse as a counselor. What did she do, or what does she do here? The nurse is faced daily with issues that have psychological influence on her clients. A nurse counselor puts himself in the place of a client, that is empathy, having empathy. He also creates a conducive atmosphere to discuss, thereby getting into root cause of the expressed problem. Dissolve doubts and fear, which are the underlying issues that may affect clients' recovery. A nurse counselor sees behind her client's expression, observes client's attitude, looks involved in relaxation or relationship in the care of the client, and also establish a helpful relationship. Health is perceived in a psychosocial realms, whereas physical care provides health to the psychological and social areas. Psychological and mental health is often neglected. Couple would require counseling on marital harmony, family planning, identifying the predominant symptoms of a maladaptive lifestyle, and are reintegrating a psychiatric patient to the life in the community. A nurse counselor ought to be sensitive to her client needs, commend her when there is an improvement, and also encourage her to keep it up. The ultimate aim is to assist clients to willingly accept treatment for identified problem in order to recover early and live a healthy life. The nurse counselor also keeps record. Then that will take us to the next one, which has to do with the nurse as a caregiver. This is the conventional role of a nurse as expressed in the definition of nursing by Anderson, 1966. Nursing, as demonstrated by Florence Nightingale in 1890, is the act of caring not only for the sick, but also the well. The commitments of a nurse to patient care is totally physical, mentally, social well-being by providing holistic care. A nurse helps the client regain health through the healing process, addresses the need of clients, restore emotional and social well-being, set goals for clients and family for care, even at the primary health care level. The nurse, as a caregiver, cuddles a child, laid hands or touch, as in nursing, a sick child or adult with fever, immunization, antenatal care, care during labor and delivery. A nurse caregiver possesses scientific knowledge with which she uses her judgment in assessing clients' needs, plan appropriate nursing care, implement and evaluate in order to make decisions. The nurse as a caregiver is health-oriented continuity of care through referral among other health and social agency is also included. She is also available in the 3 tiers of health care: primary health care, secondary, and tertiary. Nurse shifting period covering the 24 hours provide closest contact, a multidimensional role in the maintenance and the promotion of health, prevention and curing of these diseases, rehabilitation, and advocate better nursing care for the clients and patient. The next one here we have the nurse as a manager. The nurse manager coordinates the activities of nursing as well as other members of the healthcare working with her in the provision of total client care. The tools employed include planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, budgeting, and the reporting. The nurse, in the performance of her daily professional work, employs these tools unknowingly. For example, a nurse on morning shift organizes the daily schedule, monitor and supervise them, and also report at the end of the shift to ensure continued care by the incoming nurse. The nurse manager plans her time, resources, human and material, engages everyone around her in one thing or the other, and supervises them to ensure the ultimate interest of the patient. The utilization of the nursing process by a nurse makes her an advisor to the community, individual clients, interactions with various organizations, and consultation on perceived needs, evaluation of tasks, performance based on set goals and objectives, and prophesying solution to identify problems. The next one here we have the nurse as a researcher. Nursing has moved from being task-oriented to knowledge-oriented. Research is a guess for new knowledge, pertaining to identify area of interest through application or scientific process. Nursing has embraced research in our practice, thus becoming self-regulatory and self-determining. A nurse researcher identifies, investigates, and analyzes clients, patients' problem needs. She sets out plans for care, implements, and then evaluates. Findings are communicated in writing and applied to a group or a class of patients. The process of research helps the nurse to provide care on one-on-one basis, focusing on every patient as an individual requiring individualized care. Note: a nurse researcher is a participant observer. A nurse researcher, through her holistic approach, coupled with the research skills, uses an interdisciplinary team in providing comprehensive care to the client. The nurse role is multidimensional in spite of her expected role of maintenance and promotion of health, prevention and curing of diseases, and rehabilitation. The nurse still functions as an advocate, interceding for patients to obtain health services from various community health agencies. The nurse interprets patients' needs to his family in order to carry them along, as well as articulating the services of all disciplines in the healthcare. The decision-making of a nurse helps her to employ different skills for effective care. The scope and the range of nursing responsibility becomes enlarged. Specialties in nursing, as depicted by the changing role of nurses, will assist greatly. Support new promising method of delivery healthcare services more effective. What have you learned in this study concerning the role of the nurse as a teacher, counselor, manager, and researcher? I believe it has served further your interest in nursing, while you are set to assume the polyvalent care given role expected of you. And that will bring us to the end of that lecture, Nurse and Art and Science. Thank you for listening. God bless you.